Hi guys, it's your girl Ursula C. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Why You Hate Me 1982. I just wanted to come on because I wanted to share with you guys something that happened to my husband and I last night. And if you're on my Facebook, you probably already know about this. I know some of you are and some of you aren't. But I have to start off by saying that I really do feel like God does everything for a reason, that there's divine purpose there, that God uses us for a reason, and He puts other people in our lives, even if it's for a short moment, even if you don't even know that person, ever see that person again in life, or see anything that they've written ever again. I just believe that God just sets things right, and it's amazing how He works. And being that I haven't done a tidbit video, this is going to fall into the tidbit category for sure. So being that this is my first tidbit video for 2013, I think this is the perfect tidbit video to start off the year. And hopefully what I'm going to talk about in the video, I hope that you guys will not only listen to it while you're watching me, of course, but that you also pass on the information that I'm going to give to you, share it with your family, your friends, co-workers, if you will, and then let it be something to start off the year that you will remember for the rest of the years and the years to come. So before I actually start into what happened to me last night, or to us last night, I have to start back. My story actually starts with Facebook, believe it or not. If you're not familiar with Facebook or anything like that, I don't know if you guys knew, but I am on Facebook. I don't have a fan page or anything like that, but some of you guys I have actually grown to know a little bit better through cyberspace, and so you guys are on my Facebook page, so I'm sure that you guys probably know what I'm going to talk about. Otherwise, if you don't know what Facebook is, just a social network. You chit chat, you post things, you share things. You probably heard some of the drama that might come along with Facebook, but I believe that Facebook is also a great outlet, and I think that's just with anything. It depends on how you use it. We can abuse we can abuse technology all day long, but technology actually does work for the good a lot of the times. So on Facebook, you're able to write your own status. You're able to see other people and their status that they post for the day. Some people post comments and you're able to repost them. Some people post comments and they copy them and then they just put them on their own post, things like that. Well, I saw a post and it was about maybe a week ago. I would have to look back on my timeline to actually, maybe a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago maybe, that someone, I don't remember even who posted it, but the original post came from a guy, and I actually wrote him last night, and I don't know if he'll ever get back in contact with me, but because I don't know if he was the person who originally posted the post that I'm going to tell you about, but I wanted to thank him for getting it going. So this post that I'm talking about is called What to Take to Bed With You, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it. It says, what to take to bed with you, it's not a joke. Put your car keys beside your bed at night. And it's just saying, tell your spouse, your children, everyone, just like I just told you guys. If you hear noise outside your home or someone trying to get in your house, just press the panic button for your car. The alarm will be set off and the horn will continue to sound until either you turn off or the car battery dies, which I think that we all know that. But he said this tip came from a neighborhood watch coordinator. And it said the next time you come home for the night and you start to put your keys away, think of this. It's a security alarm system that you probably have and requires no installation, and obviously you don't pay for it. And he said test it. Pretty much it should go off in any part of your house. So, even if you have a 2-story home, you're on the second floor, you push that panic button, it should be able to click off, or it should be able to go off. And it says, if your car alarm goes off when someone is trying to break into your house, odds are the burglar, rapist, etc. won't stick around After a few seconds, all the neighbors will be looking out their windows to see who is out there, and sure enough, the criminal won't want that. And remember to carry your keys while walking to your car. In a parking lot, the alarm can work the same way there. This is something that should really be shared with everyone. Maybe it would save a life or a sexual abuse crime. And then it says, P.S. I'm sending this to everyone I know because I think it's fantastic and would also be useful for any emergency such as a heart attack where you can't reach a phone. My mom has suggested to my dad that he carry his car keys with him in case he falls outside and she doesn't hear him. He can activate the car alarm and she'll know that there's a problem. So, going to my little issue last night. Last night, my husband was upstairs watching the football game and highlights and everything, and he actually went to bed a little early last night. I stayed up. I'm kind of a night owl anyway. And so I was rummaging through things, going to the bathroom, going up and down the stairs. I live in a 2-story home. And I set the alarm for the night. And when our alarm sets, it says alarm stay, and it says exit now. It gives you like 30 seconds to get out the house if you're deciding to leave that way. So you can, if you're leaving the house, it actually kind of like arms the whole house, I guess. And then if you're at home, they have, a special setting for that to know that you're in the home. I set this alarm, guys. The only way that it will not allow you to set the alarm is if a door, window, whatever is open in the home. So, and I'm talking about a front door, not like your bathroom door. Anyway, so I go upstairs, I set the alarm, I hear the ladies, do her little countdown or whatever. Everything's cool. So I'm up there watching Martin, laughing. I had recorded Roots, because y'all know Roots came on over the holidays on BET, so my hubby, DVR whatever it for me. And so it was about 45 minutes later, I hear the lady say, disarm system now. And I was thinking to myself, honestly, I was thinking, wow, she just is saying that the system is armed after I've already armed it. And then I'm hearing the beeping and I'm like, no, our alarm is going off. And I'm in bed and my husband's laying there and I'm just like calling his name, hey, the alarm's going off. I mean, I had to do it 3 or 4 times. This brother wouldn't wake up for nothing. And I'm just like, you need to get downstairs. The alarm's going off. By this time, he's trying to look out the window, see if he sees anybody, anything. We're frantic. And I'm on the phone. I'm trying to call the cops. The alarm people we have an alarm, the alarm dispatcher or whoever called us. And in the meantime, I don't know, just immediately I clicked the panic button on our car because I'm like, if somebody was in here, maybe they heard the alarm, maybe they're outside now, maybe the panic button, I don't know if there's other people trying to get into the cars, what's going on. And I pushed that panic button. I'm telling you, it was all kind of noise up in here. It was the car alarm. It was our house alarm going off. And to make a long story short, talking about keeping your keys upstairs, that's something that if they were upstairs, they were upstairs. If they weren't, they weren't. It wasn't really this big thing that I felt like, ooh, let me make sure I have my keys by me. But because of this post that I seen a couple weeks ago, I started doing that. And even if I was really sleepy, I at least made sure that one of our set of keys, because, we have keys, we have cars and we have each other's keys on there and stuff like that. So I was like, as long as we have at least one pair of keys up here, I'm okay. And I started doing that. And lo and behold, I kid you not, we don't know what happened. My husband went downstairs. The door to the garage that enters into our home was open. We don't even know how it came. The police came, no fingerprints, nothing. We don't know. We don't know. Supposedly the door was locked. My husband was the last person to go in the garage that night to get the trash ready for today. And so we don't know. Maybe he says he locked the door, and I'm just like, are you sure? Because maybe it did come, loose. I don't know. But the way even the cops said, there's no way that this door just opened by itself. So I don't know if there's really somebody in here or not. I don't know what happened. I didn't hear the garage door open up or anything for somebody to come in through that way. I don't know what happened. We didn't find anybody. We didn't see anything. My husband and I are safe. We don't have any kids, so we're safe. We're okay. But in the process of all this, we see this guy walking down the street, and this is before the cops get here. I mean, this is while everything was happening. And the best way I can describe it is when you enter a neighborhood, you have on the main street, you might have some houses, and then, you have your streets that you turn onto. Well, one of our neighbors who stays on the main street heard our alarm going off for this long, and he came outside and he actually came to our house. And he was like, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I hope you don't think I'm, intruding or whatever. And we were like, no, thank you. Because I'm sitting here thinking, we have a neighbor to the side of us. He never came outside. Then it's our house. We don't have any houses in front of us right now. We're in a new subdivision. Oh, so the neighbors next to us, they didn't come outside. Then it's our house. There's a new house being built, so there's no neighbors there, but there's neighbors next to that. Nobody came outside except for this main guy. And, he, like, I was just coming over here to check to make sure everything is okay. And to kind of finalize everything, we're okay, everything's fine. We don't know how the door came loose to set off the alarm, this, that, the other. But because I set off that panic button, we had a neighbor that actually took the time to come out and see what was going on with us. Were we okay? And that speaks volumes to me. I don't know why none of the other neighbors came out. I think sometimes people are afraid to investigate, and I understand that. I lived in an apartment one time. This guy and girl, they were young. They would always fight all the time. It got to the point where stuff was coming off my walls, and I had to call the police because I feel like you never know when somebody else can be in danger. You never know what could be going on in someone's home. I'm not saying just walk into something and get hurt yourself, but be aware of your neighbors. Be aware of things that don't fit into place of what is normal. Don't be afraid to call the police, because think about it. If it was you, if it was your daughter staying in a dorm and she was fighting with her boyfriend or whatever, wouldn't you want her dorm mate or somebody to come in and help her, or to call the police so that the police can investigate? If you have an elderly parent, wouldn't you want somebody, a caring neighbor? You can't be there all the time, but maybe your mom lives by this great family or whatever, and they go and check on her. Wouldn't you want that? And so my thing is, one, start putting your keys by your bed, because it works. I'm not saying that it scared off anybody, but the fact that it alerted a neighbor, and thank God he actually took the time to come over to check to make sure everything was okay, that's a huge blessing. And it just goes to show that these little tips and stuff, they do need to be passed on. They do need to be shared. They need to be practiced. And for us, it made us realize, hey, we're in this new home. We've been here a month. And we need to think of escape plans, not just for robberies or stuff like that, but also if there's a fire. So this kind of clicked into my mind and started something for me and for my husband for better safety. But I just wanted to share this because, especially about the car thing, because I know a lot of people don't have alarm systems, but most cars, especially newer cars, even the past 10 years cars, and even older cars, you can get an alarm put on your car and it'll work. These cars will, have these buttons on it, and they have panic buttons. They have a panic button for a reason, guys. Always know where your purse is at night. Put your keys by you. If you have cell phones, do that. I mean, whatever tips and tricks, if you guys have any, leave them below. But thank God for our neighbor. We're going to send them a thank you card and everything, because the neighbors that were right next to us didn't even come out. We had somebody that was on the other side of the street, on the main street, say something to us. So it just goes to show that there's still good people out there, but also, be aware of your surroundings. In a situation, try and stay calm, which I'm surprised that I did, but I stayed pretty calm. I think I was more calm than my husband. But stay calm and pray and have escape plans, different things like that, and get to know your neighbors and know ones that you can trust. And like I said, I'm not trying to tell you to barge in and go into somebody's house, because you never know what could be going on. But it doesn't hurt to be a little nosy in those situations, because you know what? You could be saving someone's life by the panic alarm going, by me pushing the panic button on the car. Maybe that alerted somebody. They may not know what was going on in the house, but maybe if it scared the burglar away, maybe they would be able to see, hey, there was somebody running from their house and they were in this kind of car. Any little thing helps. And I guess you just don't realize how real this stuff is until you go through it. Like I said, we're fine. Everything is good. Praise God. But pass this on, guys. Pass this on to keep your keys by your car, because a lot of us don't have in-home security systems. They can be pricey sometimes, but and even then, what if something faulty happens or something? I don't know. But definitely use that panic button on the car, and just, you have, use your
resources. So anyway, I just wanted to come to you guys with that bit of information because it's good information, right? And I want to share that with you guys. That is my tidbit, my first tidbit for the year. Keep those car keys close to you at night, and also when you're out and about shopping. I know the holiday season is over, but I actually had a friend whose husband got shot during income tax season. He was coming out of income tax place. They watching him, knew he had his money. Bam. So anything can happen anywhere. And I think that as times are getting, a little crazy, it seems like it's getting crazier and crazier, we need to be aware of the things that are going on around us and have neighborhood watches, and also just be in tune with what's going on around you. I mean, I know I'm rambling now, but this video means so much to me because of that post I started putting my keys, by me at night, or my husband's keys, Usually it's both, but if for some reason, you're just tired, I understand that, we forget and lazy, but, at least have one pair of keys. If your husband and you have 2-3 cars, have a set of keys on each ring to fit everything. Seriously, y'all, this is so serious. And again, I just thank God that we had a neighbor to come check on us, even though everything, turned out fine. But don't be afraid to check on your neighbors, to talk to your neighbors. Don't be afraid to report things to the police, because if you're not helping anyone's life. You're harming it, you're making it worse. And to think that if somebody was out there, and our neighbor was out there, and if the police would have came to him and he would have said, oh, I didn't see anything, like, that's helping that burglarize more people, because nobody's ever going to say, what car he had or what he had on, because people are too afraid to talk. Never be too afraid to talk. Speak up, speak your mind. Be aware of what's going on around you. Talk with your neighbors. Converse with your neighbors, as people say, converse. But talk with your neighbors. Communicate with your neighbors and get to know them. And if you have seen this post on Facebook, don't be afraid to repost. I know some people get all cuckoo about reposts and stuff, but repost it, because if someone hadn't reposted it, did a repost from the original, I would have never known this. I would have never thought to do this, honestly. I wouldn't have. And I don't know if it saved our lives last night or not, but I know that the fact that my neighbor came out and he saw something lets me know that people are aware and that this system does work. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know this is kind of lengthy, but when I got something to say, I have something to say, and this was really, truly important to me. And I just thank you guys for taking the time out to listen, and I hope that you pass on this information, and this is something that sticks with you all throughout the year. A lot of people, I know, holiday seasons, just that's their key. But people hit you up at different times of the year. I know maybe holiday seasons more, but honestly, crime has no season. It happens every day in all different kind of neighborhoods, rich, poor, middle class. So just protect yourselves and your families, and stay safe, guys. Bye.